if you want. Oh, there you
I think
go.
we're getting into it now. I think that was something stopped. So a lot of that we just presented, it's okay.
Keep going.
I think, anyone seeing that live on Facebook? All right, I think we're good now. Sorry about that. So let's get started now. We're good.
All right. Shall I, from my part?
Yeah, please continue. Thanks. We'd like to welcome Marcus Santos. I'm Tom Schmidt, president of the Massachusetts chapter. We had a little presentation there for a second, but the live streaming had stopped, so we're back on now. And my apologies, just probably a little glitch there. But here we are now. So sorry for the delay, everyone. Pleased to welcome Marcus Santos.
It totally happens, man. Thank you, Tom. Deja vu. Oh, it's good to be here. Thanks for the invitation. I'm a PAS member as well, and I encourage folks to check out the PAS website and all the perks that come with it if you become a member. I actually use some of the resources myself as well. Okay, and as you folks at home on Facebook and YouTube can see, there are other folks in this meeting, and they're actually members of our Grooversity family. So for the PAS family, you only know me as a teacher or as a performer, but you're probably not aware of our community group and our social mission. So we created this group called Grooversity. As you can see, there are some members over there. Please visit our website, grooversity.com, and then you can
Marcus, why don't you just unmute yourself quickly? I was just muting everyone. If you could just unmute yourself. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry.
All right, where did I stop?
Just a second. You're good.
All right, cool. So I was saying, I'm not sure if you heard it, but there are awesome people in this Zoom room. And it would be great if we could take a quick moment just to acknowledge them, the Grooversity directors. There are 4 or 5 of them. If you could please say your name and what city you are at in the name of your group, would be awesome. Is that okay, Tom? Yes? All right, thank you. I'll go here from who I can see. Stacy, do you want to go first, please?
Sure. Hey. Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Thomas, for this. So yeah, Stacy Kovacs. I'm the director of Fogo Azul in New York City, all women bamba reggae drumline.
Yeah, right on. Awesome to see you and some of your members too. There are some folks from also Grooversity in Boston. Hi, everyone. I'm the leader of Grooversity here in Boston. All right, so it's good to see y'all. And then let's pass it on the video order here. Mike, please.
Hey, I'm Mike Castellan, leader of Bloco and Falco, who we've been together now for 11 years. Can you believe that, Marcus? And yeah.
Awesome. Good to see you, Mike. Right on. Then going down the second row, we have Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bonnie Benavides, and I'm from Samba da Vida from Milwaukee. I'm co-director with my good friend Julio Pavon. And we have some members from Samba da Vida checking this out too through Facebook Live. And I see one member, Linda, also joining us. So Samba da Vida has been together for about 10 years as well.
Nice. Good to see you. All right. And Michelle in Canada.
Hello. Yeah, Samba Tune in Saskatoon, Canada for 8 years.
Woo. All right. Cool. So the idea is to do that. Thank you everybody for being here. And the idea is to create a little room as if we're actually in a workshop setting. So we're the audience and we'll be participating and interacting as folks are watching it on the comfort of their chambers. But we have to also acknowledge Mr. Andrew Jones in the house too. Mr. Andy, we went to school together. We played in a super fun band. We played in the Sade cover band. Good times. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So let's get the ball started. So the topic of today is actually a development a little bit of what Sergio Bellotti was talking last week in his workshop. If you haven't seen it, please check out the PAS Massachusetts chapter Facebook page or YouTube, and you can see the previous workshops. And he had great things to say. It was a great workshop. I'm actually going to watch again and make notes. But one thing that stuck with me from his workshop was the importance that he was giving to two things. To the groove. We got to groove some more. And then the other thing is that we need to pay more attention to listening, spend more time listening, and maybe reduce a little of the time of the focus that we do in playing. Because it feels like these days we're doing little listening and a lot of playing, but it would be nice to even this out or listen a little more to music. Can I see some hands in the air, please? So then we're developing from this concept from Sergio, and it's like, okay, so if it's a Brazilian workshop, what if we talk about the swing of Brazilian rhythms, which requires a lot of listening, yeah? So this is something that I've been working for the last actually 10 years. I have a handout I'm sharing with you here. Hope it might be too small on your frame right now, but I can give it to you. Just send me a message, please, via Instagram, and I'll send it to you. But this is a handout that I created with the steps on how to internalize the Brazilian swing. So let's get to it, okay?
Great, Marcus. Sorry, but I can also post that on our Facebook page for those of you after the class. You can download it there, or return.
Awesome. Yes. Oh, I see. All right. So 1 second here. I'm just making one quick adjustment. There. All right. There. Now, good. Okay. Sounds good. I'll send it to you, Tom. Yeah. Cool. That might have been actually a workshop I did at PAS some time ago. Everybody has sticks and a pad. And if you don't, you can tap your lap. Yeah? But this is so let's take a quick step back. All right? So I wrote here some 16th notes, which Sergio even mentioned. Like he said something on the lines of, the grooves are oriented by the way of the flow of the 16th notes, right? So if we see some 16th notes and we're playing something that has a straight feel or pop music, it would be interpreted like this, right? So you hear that the notes, I'm human, so you hear the notes are somewhat equally distanced. Right? So let's try that together, please. So we get our juices flowing, yeah? So please grab your sticks, your drum pads, or your own hands on your laps. So let's do ta 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 ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, please. So let's stop together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that would be playing 16th notes with a straight feel, right? In pop music, I think Sergio also played a little groove with the straight feel, super cool hip-hop beat, like in the pop setting. And then if we were to interpret, now moving on into a different feel, if we were to interpret this, but now with a shuffle feel, or second line, then the 16th, we would write the same way, but yet we would perform differently because it's the swing of the style, right? So let's try that. Ta 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 ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So then you're asking, what's going on? And this is supposed to be a Brazilian swing workshop. And for the record, swing in Portuguese can also be a word called ginga. Okay, can I hear you say ginga? So ginga is the Brazilian flow, could refer to the Brazilian flow of the 16th notes. So the ginga of Brazilian music then, it is not straight and it is not a shuffle. It is a little bit of a combination of both. All right? And then here, a little bit, kind of. So here's the mathematical proof. All right? Sit tight, please, for the folks that don't like mathematics. But this will be 1 minute and 37 seconds. Okay? Here we go. Here. So here we go, super quick. All right. So then, in one hand, let's do it together. We're going to play groups of 3 notes. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be with your dominant hand, right? So we're going to play 3 against 2, right? And then we're going to bring in the non-dominant hand, playing 8 notes. Then it becomes notes that the downbeat is played together. I apologize if there is a video delay. Please go by the audio, okay? Apologize about that. We can still do it. Right? So both hands together, and then the rest are single strokes. So let's speed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you can hear. We're getting close to a Brazilian feel. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice. Okay, let's give yourselves a hand, please. If it became too fast, it's all good. You are muted. You can go on your own pace. All right. So if you see like, oh, I'm losing form here, just sit back and then play at your own pace. Okay. But you heard that eventually we got actually close to a Brazilian swing. Somewhat, not exactly, but then we can prove that argument. It's a mix of straight and triplets, 2 and 3, somewhat. So then we could stop here and say like, okay, this is the Brazilian swing. Now go listen to music, right? We could do that, but no. Oh, now it's when the fun starts. Now it's when we start following this little step-by-step thing that we developed a couple of years ago. I don't think most of you were born. Yes. So then, what we'll do is this: we're gonna follow the African saying, the African phrase. If you can say it, you can. Exactly. I know you said, I heard you. Yes. If you can say it, you can play it. So what we did then, to start these steps of internalizing and understanding the Brazilian swing, was to break down into some words the groove itself. Okay? But with that said, there is no better remedy. There are 2 better remedies. 1 is listen to a lot of music, and 2, if you can immerse yourself in the culture or hang out with people that play that kind of music, so you can learn by osmosis. If you could go to Brazil and stay a certain period of time, that would be amazing. Go there, breathe the air, hang out, eat the food, have diarrhea, all that good stuff. This all will help, to internalize the swing of Brazilian drumming, yeah? Okay, but then, meanwhile, we can do this. So we're going to practice, we're going to put some syllables that will help us understand the spacing of that 16th note. Oh, yeah? All right. So with that said, this is the Brazilian pandeiro. If you're really into Brazilian drumming, I really, really recommend that you can get one. Any kind of pandeiro will work, or even a tamborim. I'll take this moment now to do a little plug. Thank you, Carl, from the minor chord musical instruments, for supporting this event. He mentioned that if y'all reach out to his shop, you can purchase any musical instrument that he has available, and he'll give you a 10% discount on any purchase. All right? And he said that the code is Marcus Santos, which I did not, for the record, let's stop here. I did not suggest that. He came up with that. I would have recommended a different kind of code. But he said, reach out to them and say, I was watching the workshop and I'd like to purchase, and he'll give you a 10% off, okay? Cool. And so then, if you'd like to buy a pandeiro, that could be a good opportunity. All right, and then why the pandeiro? Why are we suggesting for you to buy this if you are really into Brazilian music? It's because of the nature of the drum. It has these jingles here. Let me do a close-up camera here. Because he has the jingles, and he has the natural sound of the drum. So basically, the basic groove of samba has all the articulation inherited within the physical aspect of the pandeiro. And then here is samba. All right, so this is a basic pattern, yes? So you heard. My advice, get yourself a pandeiro, please, and play along with some tracks or play with bands and so on. Okay, that would be one way of internalizing. So, but let's get there, please, then. So you heard the syllables that we came up with. Tum, ki, chi, kum, tum, ki, chi, kum, tum, ki, chi, kum, tum. So you heard it, right? So now let's break it down, please. Everybody at home, let me hear you say, please, tum, which is the first one. Let me hear you say, please, ki, ti, and then kum. So here it is. We are basically coming up with words to say the groove, yeah? So now we are going to play with it, and what we want to have in mind as we are saying it is that we want to slightly accent the key, all right? So then the phrase then becomes, let's do it together, please. So it will be tum ki chi kum 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 tum. Do you feel it already? It is in there, right? So you play your favorite bossa nova track, for example, and then you can actually feel it. You know, I don't know, for copyright issues, I don't know if I can sing a melody here, and plus I don't want to scare y'all, but you know, you play bossa nova, dun, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba, dun, dun. I won't continue, yeah, and then just go along with it, tum, tum, ki, chi, kum, 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 tum, and really feel it. I think this is very, very helpful to internalize that. If you want to get a pandeiro and play with it, by all means, even better. Yeah? Cool? So what did we do? So now let's practice, please, together. Since you all have either sticks or your hands on your laps, what did we do, especially for this workshop? We produced a few tracks. All right? So there is, I'm going to play for you. First is low. All right, so we can practice this together, and then we will speed it up. And then for all the friends here from the Grooversity family that are making time to be part of this recording, and Tom, Andrew, to Andy too, I made a track. It's a 2.5 minutes track, only with us, that you can actually use to play along, to sing it, or play over another instrument. And remember, this can also be applied with guitar playing, right? That 16th note drive is always there. Cool? So the track basically that I'll give to you all will have something like this for 30 seconds. And then after 30 seconds, it will change to this. And then it keeps speeding up, so you can actually practice, and it keeps changing the tempo. Yeah, cool. All right, so this will be a gift for the folks that are watching on YouTube or Facebook. If you'd like to purchase the track, it's less than $1.99, and it's available on grooversity.com. All right, you can go to marcussantos.com. Please click on Mission. It will take you to grooversity.com, and you'll see the track there for 99 cents, and you can practice it. Oh, yeah? All right. So let's get to it. So let's grab our sticks. We already worked on, let me take 2 cameras here. So we already worked on this. Let's quickly review that before we move on. This is not the Brazilian swing, but I just want to take it from where we stopped, okay? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this for 20 seconds. Let's stop together. Was that 20 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now, next step. We're going to play the same thing, but without playing 2 notes together on the downbeat like this. We're just going to play it with the dominant hand, right? So then it becomes, exactly, becomes that. Then it becomes this. We're not in the Brazilian swing yet, okay? We're gonna get there. So here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I dare you to bring the tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Hey. That was bad. Oh, you know what? Let's just bring the tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. I got excited here. All right, here you go. Tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Same thing. So it's right, left. We're gonna play and say tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tum-ki-chi-kum, 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 tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Tum-ki-chi-kum, tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. So you hear, it's not really what we were doing before, but it's similar. Tum-ki-chi-kum, 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 tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Tum-ki-chi-kum-tum. Very important to say, please, if you can. Tum-ki-chi-kum, 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 tum-ki-chi-kum. Let's speed up, please. When you feel like you're losing form, you can just stay on the speed that is comfortable for you. Tum-ki-chi-kum, 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 tum-ki-chi-kum. And then when you can actually think, visualize the words, the syllables, I should say. Let's stop together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Cool. This is underlying several rhythms from Brazil: baião, samba reggae, samba enredo, maracatu. If the rhythm has a 16th note drive, it has this kind of articulation. There are rhythms from Brazil that are in triplets, and then that would not apply it. Yeah, but every rhythm that would have a 16th, bossa nova, very important to say that for the jazz players, drum set players in the house. Yes, bossa nova also has this kind of articulation of the 16th notes. Yes, so there's the constant. The only difference will be the accents. So I'm changing the accents, but the it's underneath it, right? Even changing the sticking, we still have that same 16th note subdivision, articulation, I should say. Let's see. Even if you're like, let's say you're looking for a solo, you can still keep this kind of drive, you know? Buzz rolls, double strokes, it's still chickiriki, 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 chick. All right, so this would be the ultimate goal after following the steps that we just took it. Okay, so to finish it up, Tom, before we open for classes, before we open for questions from folks, maybe in this Zoom room, maybe we can call it Zroom. I don't know. So before we open for questions for the folks within the room and the folks that are watching on Facebook at this time, I believe, let's practice a little bit with the pads that will be on the track, that everybody in the room will get it, and folks can purchase at grooversity.com. All right, so let's practice a little bit and then we'll switch. All right, you will hear somebody saying tunkich kun tung, so you hear that. You can say along with that person. The voice will sound familiar for the record, and then you will play with single strokes. Oh, very important. This is the part one of, this is a two-part workshop. We are sharing with you the first part. Then the second part, I have very good news. And this is the time to say thanks to the sponsor of this workshop, to the COSA Music Academy in Montreal. Audito, thank you so much for everything. You're awesome. I really, really appreciate it. There is a camp next week from Monday to Friday or Tuesday. Oh man, I shouldn't remember the dates. But next week, there is a camp. I'll be posting on social media. And I will, before we finish this, I would just read the list of faculty that will be presenting next week. I will be presenting the second part of this workshop, how to take this to another level. And there will be other teachers too. Chester Thompson will be there. He played with Phil Collins, Bill Bachman, actually the guy that developed these drum pads from Vic Firth that I'm using. He's a nasty stick technique player, he has a speciality on that. Who else will be? Dave Garibaldi from Earth, Wind and Fire will also be teaching at the camp. So I hope to see you next week at the COSA Music Academy summer camp. Okay? All right. Thank you for also sponsoring this event. Appreciate it, Audito. All right. So let's do this then, please. Single strokes for this first time. And then the point I want to make, no accents. We want to play with this kind of accent. Ka-ka, ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Let's try to not, it's hard to not play any accent, but let's try to keep the volume of each note as even as possible. Okay? So here we go. And then sing along with the familiar voice from the recording. All right, starting at 75 BPMs. Here you go, ready? Here you go. One. All right, let's try it again, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to keep the notes as even as possible. All right, we're gonna go now to from 75 to 90. All right, let's listen to the track and then we'll join in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then let's try to make sure that we're not accenting any note. All the notes are equally louder. And then remember, breathing is overrated. All right, from 90 to 105 BPMs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Here we go, last step. 120. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. On this speed, you can really hear the 3 against 2, actually. The faster it gets, you can actually hear that the triplet against the 8 notes that we did in the beginning. In the slower tempos, not so much, right? Here we go. I'm gonna stop the bateria and we keep going with our pads and our laps. 1, 2, keep going, 3, 4. Let's bring in the bateria again. Vamos lá. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing, one more time. Keep playing, please. I'll stop the bateria. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Here you go to finish it up. You're gonna hear. Let's finish it up together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. All right, thank you. Good job, everybody. Nice. Super cool. So just to wrap it up before we open for questions, Tom, so these are the steps that I recommend. I've been recommending folks for a decade, actually. Wow. Yeah. So first of all, listen to as much Brazilian music and play with as much Brazilian people that really are into that style. Be exposed to that as much as possible. Look for local teachers if in your area. That always helps, of course. And then another suggestion, that's when it really starts. You could, if you're really into it, buy yourself a pandeiro, and then it's right here on the articulation of each 16th note. Play along that with some bossa novas until you get stamina, you develop your stamina, and then you can actually play with faster tracks. But if you don't want to get into the pandeiro path, you can use a drum pad and sticks. Choose a bossa nova. First, you say the syllables along with it. Then after that, bring in after that. After you listen, after you say it, then you can play it. Like Sergio, going back to that, Sergio, we should listen more, and we should even up a little more the balance between listening and playing. So then after you heard it, after you spoke with it, then it's time to play it on your laps or on a drum pad, trying to not accent any note, just trying to keep them as even as possible as far as volume, but then you move the notes according to the phrases, the syllables you're saying. Taka 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 tunki chikun tunki chikun tung. All right, and then I promise you do this for some time. It will help, for sure. But it won't be overnight. Nice. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you, Tom, again. I want to also thank the PAS community for putting this together. Thank you, my Grooversity brothers, sisters, everybody. Thank you for being here and being part of this workshop. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to the minor chord musical instruments. Please remember, reach out to them. Code Marcus Santos, 10% off any purchase you make. And Kosa Music Academy, if you dig what we just did, there's another level that we can do it next week from Montreal. And from Montreal, but yeah, you got it, from our homes too. Yeah, it would be super fun. And then I'll tell you the lineup of the summer camp. Just have to look at them on my phone, okay? Before we go, it would be great. I think people will be really turned into it. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much, Marcus. That was really something, something we always hear about, that kind of Brazilian swing, and those 16th notes that aren't quite 16th notes. And it's, for me, one of those things, we see these rhythms in method books. We see a samba, a bossa nova, and as a kid, it's like this pattern, and it was maybe used a few times in some famous music. And then, maybe some people, it's like, you speed it up a little bit, then you have this kind of samba thing. But the more you dive into this music and you explore the traditions with African roots combined, and such the amazing cultural wealth of what's coming out of Brazil and has come out of Brazil, you really realize it's a very, very, very deep topic. So I'd like to open up the Facebook page. Anyone who's watching, please submit your questions, and I'd like to just start off with my question, which is, or just my question for Marcus. If you can give us any kind of listening examples, like what you might find your favorite listening example. Certainly we all know bossa nova, and we go to those, famous bossa nova albums. Jobim or whatever, and maybe Caetano Veloso or something like that we may know about Brazilian music. But if you can give us a few of maybe something real authentic, hopefully kind of acoustic, percussion-driven Brazilian music that you would recommend our viewers to really dive into, to listen to dive further into the style and get past just, what's written in your drum method books of what, what we play for samba or bossa nova, or it's a much deeper style than that. There's many variations. And what's a good place to start for listening?
Let's do this, please. And it's so interesting. I was like, I should make a list and to share. What if we do this? Because it's a lot of folks. What if I add to the handout? I will manipulate the handout. Currently doesn't have that, but I'll manipulate it and now add suggested listening. But the usual suspects are really good. Just to briefly answer here, you can't go wrong with, and now, please, by all means, for the folks that are listening in the Zoom room, you all know so much also about this music. So if you want to add to it, it'd be great. So it's more interactive, it's more fun. But Jobim, and then we have, I love Tânia Maria. Ooh, and I think her drummer is Japanese, if I'm not wrong. I apologize if I am wrong, but for a long time, I think she actually played with a Japanese drummer, which is awesome. It shows that, yes, as long as you work, it's for everyone. Yes. So Tânia Maria. Then there's Aito Moreira. It's also somebody that's very popular too. Then there are in the pop side, samba side, Fundo de Quintal is. That's why I should type it. Fundo, Fundo, DE, and then Quintal, which is backyard. Quintal. Fundo de Quintal. They are the, can I say godfather? They are the essence of the samba feel and groove. Fundo de Quintal, you can't go wrong once you listen to their music. Zeca Pagodinho too, super popular and also an icon of samba music. Fundo de Quintal, Zeca Pagodinho. There's a guy that he passed, and his son used to live in Boston. We used to play together, and I Bezerra da Silva. Ooh, love his music too. Super swingy. Yeah, so that's another great example of more of the pop samba. I'm saying pop. It's samba. I shouldn't say pop, but more popular samba. Because if we look into Antônio Carlos Jobim, Elis Regina, then it's a little more jazzy, right? So if we take it to a more popular style of samba, those would be the folks. Anybody else would like to add? Anybody in the
Great,
room?
thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.
I'll check the Facebook comments here. Anyone? So first, or once again, those of you we joined a little late. Sorry, I think it said we were live on Facebook and then it went away. So my apologies for the little late start.
It happens, my friend.
Yeah,
it's all good.
All right. Someone asked who your favorite Dutch drummer is.
Oh my God! Oh man, I love you. I miss you so much. That's Bas. Yes, Bas, man. I miss you, my friend. Yes, he used to play with us here. He went to Berkeley for 5 years, and now he's living in Los Angeles. And oh, Bas, it's good to hear from you, brother.
Cool. So if no other questions, this was really an amazing breakdown of just, I think, the fundamental aspects of the Brazilian swing. So thank you so much for putting this together and for being here and sharing that with us. I think it's something that's so important, I think, to understanding the deep world of Brazilian music that sometimes I think we overlook that basic grooved, swinged 16th notes, and we just start playing this stuff really straight without diving into the real culture and swing to it. So
Yeah.
That was great to see it put together like that with the polyrhythm 3 against 2. And it's like to thank you one more time for being here. I'll have this video archived on our YouTube page that you can share. And yeah, Marcus.
Yes, because there are great specialists of Brazilian drumming in the room, and maybe do we have a few minutes to spare maybe of how they will apply this into the music that they already play? Can we have a little conversation, or is it too late?
Sure, that would be fun. Yeah, especially.
Anybody would like to add in, like, or how you like to use this within the groups that you direct, or the groups that you're part of? I need to put the Crickets soundtrack here.
Dude, that's the story of online teaching.
Oh, Bonnie, is it?
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
We can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay. I think for me to apply with our group it's a all age community group. So we have as young as 8 years old to 70 and more. So getting all those technical and this groove together, it's sometimes a challenge. So this was a really good workshop to really kind of step back a little bit. I always so careful with the whole accent thing, right? We work so much on put the accent here and accent exercises and the stick higher and all that, and to really do these exercises where it's like no accent, step back and listen more is something that I will definitely bring to the group, because it can be, anyone from any level could really benefit from that exercise that we did in the workshop. It doesn't require much technique, but it's so helpful and so good for really developing that swing and to internalize it so much. So we'll be, I guess, I'll bring it up as as a warm up, step it back a little bit and really, leave the accents a little bit and focus something so simple, but that we can gain so much from.
Nice. That's great. You brought something great, Bonnie. It's like this could be actually a great warm-up exercise that we get in the room. So we're all saying and either tapping before a rehearsal. That can be a great warm-up exercise. Yeah. I think I saw Michelle.
Sorry, one more question from one of our members. If you could say again the name of the store where they can get the discount.
The minor chord. I will. What if?
Can you write it on the board?
Yeah. Yes, I will. And I'll be glad also to send you a message too.
That'll be great. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you see?
Yeah. So I included that in the comments on Facebook Live. Go to the comments, minor chord, and you got to use the code Marcus Santos, and then you're good. Cool.
I think Michelle has a question.
Yeah.
Or a comment, how to use in your group.
Yes. Hi. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that I've said before to listen to your Learn to Play Pandero DVD.
Oh.
To help, because I know I have to practice that a lot. It's a hard instrument to learn.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Yes, we do have a DVD available, and it's also at the grooversity.com shop. If you visit our website, grooversity.com, you have access to that DVD. And the DVDs are, they're getting obsolete, in fact, and then it's actually only $5 plus shipping. So it's a great deal. Over 2 hours of instruction there. And if that's too much, it's all good. Please visit our YouTube channel, and there are some free tutorials there of the basics of samba is available for free at our Grooversity YouTube channel. But if you want to dive it deeper, yes, the DVD is a great call. Thank you, Michelle.
Nice. And another thing, Marcus, your group, Grooversity, do you have auditions or openings? And I know you're based in Boston, and a lot of Berkeley kids get involved with that. Anything you would like to share about that group for people who might be watching in Massachusetts that are looking to get a little more involved in a samba ensemble?
Tom, man, this is a great comment. Let me see, I can say, I don't want to bring the energy down, but we are basically done for the year. We are most likely, we'll be lucky if we play 1 or 2 gigs for the rest of the year. And with that said, our group is in a little bit of trouble because, as you said, a lot of our players are Berkeley students, and many of them left as Berkeley switched to online, right? So we're in a little limbo situation right now, very fluid. We'll play gigs. Actually, I will actually probably be bringing this bateria with me, you know, to be added to the few players that are still in town. But once everything is set and we're back, there are no auditions. We welcome anybody. There is absolutely no fee to join our group. And our rehearsals are actually in Boston. And we try to make it, we provided the drums, we try to make it as convenient as possible to everybody. But when we resume, and we'll basically probably resume when Berkeley reopens, and I don't want to speculate, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. Yeah, but
right.
No auditions and open for everybody.
Yeah, so something to keep your eye out for down the road as we all get back to some sense of normal. So thanks. Well, thank you so much. Let me just check Facebook one more time if we have any questions. And this was a real treat. Yeah, thanks. So this will be on our YouTube page, and I'm really happy to have it there and have just that basic swing 16th that's so important that sometimes we forget about. So thank you once again, Marcus, for being with us, and all of your friends for coming and inputting a lot of great information. And it looks like at some point we had like up to 20 people looking on Facebook, so that's great, and hopefully we'll continue that on YouTube. So.
And no Zoom bombing this time.
Yeah, I know. For those of you who are at our first session, yeah. I think this is gonna. Yeah, my apologies again. Yeah. I don't want to relive that. So I think this Facebook Live has been a nice situation to kind of get the word out and get people to check stuff out. And so we might continue with that. So keep noted in touch with PAS. We have some drum set players coming to give some classes over the next Thursdays. So yeah, I just hope to do it every Thursday throughout the summer to keep everyone kind of involved and engaged. And this was really something. Thank you. You want to say bye? Leo is my 3-year-old. You want to say bye to everyone? You're on Facebook Live. Okay. Say bye. We can watch it later.
Leo?
Yeah, this is Leo.
Hi, Leo. Hey, good to meet you.
All right. Thank
Does
you so
he
much.
play too?
He's getting there. Yeah. He's gonna work on his dynamics and his samba feel a little bit, his samba 16ths, but yeah, he's getting there. Nice. So let me just end the live stream.